Thank you for joining the collective. We have a quick mat workout for you today. All you need is a mat, no props. Let's get started with a warm-up. You're going to come to a seated position. Knees are going to be bent in front of you, and you're going to hold on to the back of the legs here. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to start with the pelvis. Tuck the pelvis under, scoop the core, rounding through the back to roll halfway down. From here, I want you to lengthen your spine to a flat back, and then exhale, sit all the way up. So start with that C-spine, tuck, round, go halfway down. Find that C curve in your spine. From here, reach to the top of your head to lengthen the back. And then exhale, rise all the way up. Tuck, scoop, rounding through the spine. Lengthen, and then up. One more like this. Tuck, scoop, round. Lengthen the spine. Exhale up. Now we're going to reverse it. We're going to go down with a flat back. So keeping your spine long, we hinge at the hips, hold it here. Now scoop round even further back. Exhale, continue your scoop to rise all the way up. Find your flat back at the top. Hinging back, hold it here. Tuck the pelvis under to find that scoop, going deeper down. Continue your scoop as you exhale to come all the way up to the top, finding that flat back again. Good job. Two more. Hinging, flat back, tuck and scoop, exhale, round all the way up. So we're really working the pelvis and the hips here, going from that flat back to our tucking under of the tailbone, rounding all the way up. Great job. Now we're going to continue with round back, and we're going to roll all the way down to the mat. Scooping, belly bend to spine, rounding all the way down. Nice job. Now I want you to keep your knees bent. Feet are going to be planted on the ground here. And then I want you to open your arms out to a cactus arm. So we're really opening the chest. Try to press the back of your palms into the mat. And then we're going to go with alternating knee lifts. You're going to lift one knee, set it back down, other side. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Nice and slow. I want you to keep your hips as still as possible. If you're ready to make this more challenging, I want both of your legs to come to tabletop and alternate toe taps. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift back up. Reaching the toe away from the booty, keeping that 90-degree bend at the knee. Inhale, lower. Now, if you want more of a challenge, both legs at the same time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You notice when I switch to two legs, my range of motion drastically changed. When I do single leg, I can bring that toe all the way to the ground without moving my pelvis. When I do both legs, it's too much pressure for my core to maintain, dropping both my toes to the ground. You see low back lifts off when I try to do that. So I'm going to change my range of motion, just lower a few inches and back up. I only go as far as I can maintain my neutral pelvis. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Two more. Last one. Great job. Hug those knees into your chest. Rock it out. And then you're going to lengthen the legs out wide now. And we're going to go for a half roll up. We're not coming all the way up. Fingertips to the ceiling. Wrists above the shoulders. We're going to come halfway up. So your inhale is to prepare you. Exhale, chin to chest, rolling halfway up, trying to get your shoulder blades off the mat. And then lower right back down. Exhale. Reach through those fingertips. Now see if you can start taking it a little higher. Still not coming all the way up. Use that exhale. Now let's go full range of motion if that's where you're at today. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, chin to chest. All the way up. Reach for the toes. Start to rebuild the spine. Tuck and roll back down. If you want more of a challenge, I want you to keep your biceps by your ears the entire time. So it would be here instead of out long as leverages. I like my arms straight out in front of me. It gives me that extra assistance. Really articulating through the spine here, trying to peel up one bone at a time instead of a block of your spine. I want you to focus on laying it down one vertebrae at a time and then peeling up the same way. Try to come up one vertebrae at a time. One more. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. All the way up. And then all the way back down. Meet me onto your backs again. Great job. We are going to go into a single leg stretch here. So you can start with your knees bent, bringing one leg up to tabletop. Our outside arm reaches further towards the ankle, and you're going to pull it in for 2, and then switch to the other side. Pull it in for 2. This is your option. Otherwise, bring both those legs to tabletop, and you're going to extend the opposite leg long as you pull that knee in towards you to crunch up further. Switch. Outside arm reaches for the ankle. 2 little breaths here. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, crunch up higher. One more on each side. Nice job. All the way down to the mat. Now I want your feet to find the floor. Roll the shoulder blades down and in towards your spine. Let's go into some bridging here. We're going to work articulation first and then flat back. So just like our roll up, we're going to try to move one vertebrae at a time, this time starting with our tailbone. So tuck the tailbone under. Start to peel your spine off the mat, one bone at a time until you find your high bridge. Hips are even. And then start between the shoulder blades. Roll your spine back down. Your tailbone is the last part to touch the mat. Tailbone's going to be the first to lift, tucking my pelvis, peeling my tailbone, my low back, mid back, all the way up to my shoulder blades. Hold it here for a second, and then begin to roll down, starting at my shoulder blades, keeping my hips lifted so I can roll my spine back down. Again, tucking, scooping, slowly lifting one bone at a time, and then laying my spine back down. So that's spinal articulation. Now we're going to go into spinal stability. So my spine vertebrae don't move at all like we were just doing with that articulation, how it was rounding up, rounding down. Now it's all going to work as one. So we're working with stability. So drive through those heels. Everything presses up at once. Hold it. Everything lowers at once. So my hips aren't tucking under. They're staying nice and even the whole time. Press to the top and down. 3, 2, last one, and 1. Great job. Now I want you to take the right leg straight up to the ceiling. Inhale, lower that leg down. Exhale, lift to the top. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift to the top. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You can stay here with the hips down, or I want you to press up into that bridge. Hold that bridge. Take that leg to the top. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keeping the hips as even as possible. For 3, 2. Now we're going to add the bridge. We're going to lower the hips down. Press into that single leg bridge. Inhale, lower the leg. Exhale, lift the leg. Come out of that bridge. Bridge and hold. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Nice job. Pressing through that left heel on the floor. Keep those hips even. Last one. Now I want you to hold that leg down to a 45, little circles in. in. Keep the hips lifted or hips can find the floor. Reverse the circle. 3, 2, 1. Lift to the ceiling. Lower all the way down. Woo! Nice job. All right, now we're going to go into scissors. So I want you to lengthen out that left leg. Right leg is going to go back up to the ceiling again. I want you to walk up that leg so you're holding onto the calf. Hover that left leg off the ground, and we're going to switch. 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 Use your breath, crunching up nice and high, trying to get the shoulder blades off of the mat. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Lower down. All right, both knees are going to bend. Feet are on the floor. We're going to go into that bridging again, keeping that stable spine. So no articulation. Everything moves as one. Pressing up, lowering down. Hips go up, squeeze the glutes. Lower down. You want to create space in the low back by sending that tailbone away from you. 2 more like this. Last one. And then hips are going to stay down to start. Take that left leg to the ceiling. Lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Try to keep those hips as still as possible. You can stay here, or we're going to do this in a bridging position. So find your bridge first. Shift the weight into the right foot. Take that leg up to the ceiling. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Try to keep the hips high and even. That left hip is going to want to drop down. I want you to try to keep that hip up and even. Now let's add the bridge. Toe goes to the ceiling. You lower the hips to the mat. Press back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Come out of that bridge. Bridge and hold. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Lower down. 3 more. Nice job. Pressing into that right heel. On your next one, we're going to hold it down. Little circles. 3, 2, reverse those circles. Keep the hips high for 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Nice job. Take that leg up to the ceiling again. We're going to go back to our scissors. So walk up that leg. Hover the right leg off the ground this time, finding that C-spine, curling up nice and high. Shoulder blades are off the mat. You're going to switch. Switch. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, final 1. 1. Nice job. Hug those knees into your chest. And then rock all the way up. We're going to turn to the side, coming into a modified side plank. Left hand is going to find the ground. Right leg is going to be long. Left leg, bottom leg is going to be bent. So you're nice and long. Imagine there's a wall in front of you, a wall behind you, and you cannot touch those walls. So you can't send the booty back. Everything has to be nice and long. Now that top leg is going to lift and lower. Up and down. Without dropping the hips, without sticking the booty back. It goes straight up and down. As high as you can get it. 2, hold it here. Little circles forward. 3, 2, 1. Other way with those circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Nice job. Coming all the way down onto that left side now. I'm going to put my head in my hand. My legs are going to bend. And then I want you to reach that top leg to the front corner. And from here, you're going to lift and lower, keeping the hips as still as possible. Down and up. Breathing through it. Don't let the hips open up to the ceiling. My hip bones are facing forward. 2, 1. Hold it just above the hip. You're going to take it back, kick it forward. Taking it back. Try not to rock the hips. That's where the stability comes in. It's really easy to just swing the leg forward and back, moving the torso. I want everything still. Everything still. For 3, 2, last one. 1. Nice job. Flip over onto all fours. And we're going to drop down onto our forearms. The same leg that was just working, our right leg is going to go out long. And we're going to lift straight to the ceiling, lower back down. Hips are stable. Pressing up, lowering down. Nice job. Keep the hips as still as possible. Belly button's pulled into the spine. 3, 2, hold it up, hold it up. Little tiny circles, stabilize those hips. We're not rocking around, we're holding as still as we can. Now reverse the direction of the circles. 3, 2, 1, bend it in, press the hips back. A little child's pose stretch here. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. Modified side plank. Right arm comes down to the mat. Right knee stays down. Left leg is long. This is where we imagine a wall in front and behind. Don't let the hips press back. Keep it nice and stable throughout the chest. We're going to lift and lower. Up and down, lifting this leg as high as we can. My range of motion is not great today. My hips are super tight, so this looks sad right here. I know it does, but I'm trying my best. 2, hold it up, little circles, little circles. 3, 2, 1, other way. Keep that leg lifted. Can you pull it a little higher for 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice job. Laying on your side. I'm going to rest my head in my hand, knees bend in front of me. I'm going to reach that leg to the forward diagonal here, and I'm going to lower and lift. Lower and lift, keeping the hips still. Finding length in my spine, reaching through my tailbone, reaching through the crown of my head. 2, hold it here, little circles, stabilize, stabilize. 3, 2, other way, little circles. 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to press it back, swoop it forward, pull it back, swoop it to the front. This is where we don't want the hips or chest to move. Keeping that heel higher than the hip, so we're not swooping down here, we're swooping here. 3, 2, last one. 1. Nice job. Now flip over onto the forearms. That same leg that was just working is going to continue to press all the way back. Keeping the hips still, belly button to spine. We're going to lift and lower. Finding space between the shoulder blades. We don't want little chicken wings back there. We want nice spread apart shoulder blades that are nice and strong. 2, hold this one up, little circles. Other way with your circles. 3, 2, 1, bend that knee in, send the hips back, big child's pose here. Nice job. Take a moment here to appreciate everything your body did for you. Thank you so much for joining me on The Collective for this workout. I will see you next time.